Hey everyone, it's Sleepy P. This is the Sleepy Shell Core. It's a new channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Help a brother out. Let's go. We talk about streaming platforms in this video, how Netflix, Disney Plus and other streaming giants could change to stop Britain's hitting cancel amid cost of living crisis. I found this on Sky News and it got me thinking, so let's have a look. Against the backdrop of a cost of living crisis, TV is somehow only getting bigger. House of the Dragon costing 16 million per episode, Stranger Things 4 costing 25 million, and Netflix spending 370 million on Knives Out. But as Britain switch off, how can streaming giants keep our attention? I mean, this sort of money, if you think about it, is absolutely obscene. Absolutely obscene. It's ridiculous. And I mean, I know we appreciate good TV. I appreciate good TV. I've seen all these shows, and while I think House of the Dragon was probably worth the money, I don't think the others were. And I mean, the 370 million on Knives Out, I mean, that has to have been spent on actors' payments. That's ridiculous. But more people are switching off from streaming services, and you know, the streaming services are in trouble. From 25 million per episode on the latest season of Stranger Things to north of 380 million for the Rings of Power's debut run, it's been a year of eye-watering budgets as streaming giant services battle for our attention, and it is a battle. You know, not everybody can afford all of the streaming services, so you know, you've got to be in there to get yours, the one that people are paying for. But while there's never been so much blockbuster content to watch, the cost of living crisis means for a growing number of households there's never been so little money to spend. Now, this article is, again, I'll say it's from Sky News, and it's mainly concentrating on what's going on in the UK, but I think it translates to everywhere. Since the start of the year, close to 1 million UK households have given up on streaming services, meaning they don't even have one active subscription, according to research by Kantar World Panel. And after platforms from Netflix to Amazon Prime announcing price increases during 2022, Google search trends suggest a year-on-year bump up in people looking up how to cancel their subscriptions. Sky News spoke to industry experts about how streaming services may look to keep our attention in 2023. Now, Lord of the Rings of Power, I mean, that was an obscene amount of money to spend on a TV show. I mean, that is the sort of budget you expect to spend on a blockbuster movie. I mean, I've got to give it to Amazon, they've got balls. But this was a flop. It was a fucking woke flop. It was crap. They should have stayed true to Tolkien, and I think they would have done a lot better. But watching it, I mean, 360 million per episode, I cannot see where that budget has been spent. I really can't. It's mind-boggling. So one of the suggestions was bespoke subscriptions. Most households still have at least one active streaming subscription despite the rise in cancellations, but the Halcyon days of us, being signed up to a bunch at the same time could be numbered. The all-you-can-eat model that has served the space well is starting to come into question, says Oscar Wall, European General Manager at Regularly, which works for the likes of Paramount Plus and Twitch. If you have a Netflix, Amazon and Disney and only watch 2 or 3 shows on each, you start to feel like you're paying £100 a month for all these services, and are you really getting £100 worth of value? The answer may be to siphon off content into separate subscriptions like a Star Wars only Disney Plus tier. Now that is something I would be interested in. I have Disney Plus and I have it purely just for the Star Wars side of things. I'm not a big fan of the MCU and a lot of the other stuff on there is just garbage, but I do like Star Wars. And if I was to pay like, I don't know, half of what I'm paying now just for the Star Wars content, then I would definitely do that. Less user privacy. Another way to offer cheaper deals is through ads. After years of treating them like a taboo, Netflix and Disney Plus both ended 2022 with ad-supported tiers, although it hasn't got off to a great start for the former. Disney advertising president Rita Ferro told Reuters news agency that more than 100 brands had signed up and will target customers by region, age and gender. Until now, streaming services had used our data to make recommendations and inform their content lineup. But adverts mean that, like with social media, it's more likely to end up in the hands of third parties, which nobody wants. An end to the binge model. The early days of Netflix totally changed the way we consume TV series, and just able to devour it all in one afternoon rather than wait week by week, and I love that. But whether Amazon's Rings of Power or Disney's Marvel shows, week-to-week viewing is back in fashion. Netflix experimented by splitting Stranger Things and its Harry and Meghan docuseries into chunks. Fuck Harry and fuck Meghan, and fuck their docuseries. Separating the season with Stranger Things felt like a test, said David Ingham, head of media, entertainment and sport at consultancy firm Cognizant. They didn't want you to sign you up, binge and leave. And I think they hope it will be something that keeps people there. I mean, I've never done that. I've never just signed up, binged and left. I don't know. I prefer to keep stuff, but that's I can afford to do that, so I do it. But I hate waiting week by week to things. It's just not the way I like seeing things. I like to watch 2 or 3 episodes a night, and there's nothing worse than being kept on a cliffhanger, and the next week it doesn't quite feel as exciting. Personally, I prefer to be able to binge. I'm sure a lot of people do. The return of bundles is another way. Bundling services have been a tried and tested true concept for years, like one company handling your phone line, internet and main TV package. Streaming services could explore their own unique bundling opportunities in the year ahead, said Mr. Wall. It may be content coupled with passes to theme parks, credits to buy films and cinemas and things like that. They're 2 stupid fucking ideas straight away. There is a theme park within 100 miles of me, and the cinema sucks. It just fucking stinks now. Another bundling option would be to include the right to password sharing, which Netflix has reported preparing a significant crackdown on in 2023, potentially charging for the privilege, and so they should. Yeah, so I would never dream of giving anybody my password. Fuck that. I pay for that, and if everyone's password sharing, then the company has less money, and the less TV shows they can make and the less good content. Meanwhile, Google has struck a $2 billion a year deal with the NFL to show live matches through YouTube TV, including as a add-on bundle style subscription. Expect big tech companies to keep chasing sports rights this year. I'm not a big sports fan, so I don't see the attraction. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Disney Plus keeps growing fast, but streaming loses 1.5 billion. We'll cover this in a minute. There's a picture of Cassian Andor. I loved Andor. I thought it was amazing. I love the Book of Boba Fett. I absolutely adore the Mandalorian. I like Star Wars. And I'm really looking forward to those shows bringing something out, as soon as they can. But shows like that, you just can't have 3 or 4 shows to keep a platform going. You need to do well. But when your platform is alienating people, then that's when you're in trouble. Disney's woke crusade is costing it dearly. The entertainment giant is alienating audiences and losing shed loads of money. Life at the Walt Disney Company is not the fairy tale it used to be. In recent years, the entertainment mega corporation has enjoyed something of a renaissance with its Disney Plus streaming service, the new jewel in the empire's crown. But Disney shares are down 40% this year, and last week's quarterly report makes for grim reading. Disney's expenses and operating losses are skyrocketing. Even the hugely popular Disney Plus, which continues to gain in subscribers, made an operating loss of $1.47 billion, more than double its loss last year. An internal memo last week announced job cuts and a hiring freeze. Perhaps it's no coincidence that Disney's troubles arrive in a year when the company's been distracted by politics. Indeed, it seems to have gone into overdrive to promote woke causes both on and off screen. Most infamously in March, Disney waded into a bruising political battle with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis over his parental rights in the Education Act. Now, this is where all these platforms, all these movie makers are fucking up. We've all said it, we've all heard it, go woke, go broke. And we are just, everybody is now sick. I mean, I don't care about gender politics, I just care about good TV shows. I don't care if there's dudes kissing. I don't care if there's a disabled person, as long as the TV is good. You know, and if the role, you know, needs a female in it, or the role needs a disabled person, or the role needs a gay person, then that's what it should be. But we shouldn't start, you know, messing with things. I mean, look at this. Oh, for Middle-earth's sake, there's elf diversity in the Rings of Power. What's next? Imagine my shock when I watched the first episode and saw an elf who wasn't as white as the snow of Forodwaith. And yeah, I mean, I was surprised as well. I am a Tolkien fan. I'm a huge Tolkien fan. I like the lore. And elves are white. That their skin is white. Why do we have to start making elves, you know, people of colour? It's wrong, and it will piss people off. And you know, that's it's ridiculous. It was the same as when they made the Ghostbusters girls. As you probably know by now, the libs in Hollywood have managed to take the pure and glorious work of J.R.R. Tolkien and turn it into woke trash. Amazon Prime's new video series, The Lord of the Rings of Power, tries to jam Marxist ideologies like elf diversity down the throats of me and my adult male friends who are also single by choice and have time to worry about things like this. And it's true. People do worry about things like this. Imagine my shock when I watched the first episode of The Rings of Power and saw an elf who wasn't as white as the snow of Forodwaith. I was so appalled I bravely hopped on my anonymous social media account to say I'm all for diversity, unless it's in things I don't think should be diverse, like the fantasy realm known as Middle-earth, or Star Wars, or comic book movies, or video games, or workplaces. And if seeing a black elf wasn't jarring enough, the most heroic character in the series thus appears to be a woman, the elven warrior Galadriel. Now, I've got no problem with strong, powerful women in shows. It's, you know, it's great, and you know, when the role demands it, then that's what we should have. But this was so this actually I mean, if you watch stuff now, you'll notice this. Noted manosphere hero Elon Musk weighs in. I didn't think the woke bug could go any lower after it ruined my childhood memories by trotting out female Ghostbusters, but this, I'll leave to Elon Musk, a billionaire who truly gets the burdens of being a white guy, to explain, as he did in this recent tweet. Tolkien is turning in his grave. Almost every male character so far is a coward, a jerk, or both. Only Galadriel is brave, smart, and nice. And that is what is happening now. It happened in the new Witcher Blood Origin thing. You know, all the male characters are dumbasses, and the only strong, smart, powerful characters are female, and it's wrong. I mean, stop pushing this on people. We don't fucking need it. We know women are smart. We know they're strong. We know they can lead. It doesn't need to be in every fucking TV show. I'm Sleepy P. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's a new channel. Help me out. Tell your friends. Or something. Take it easy. New video coming up soon. Peace out.